Greetings. This is Justin Allen Montgomery with ProCourseStart. This is the ProCourseStart Blueprint. This is a master guide to creating a 6 to 8 figure profession-focused online course business. If you're interested in creating a education business that targets professionals in your space, this course is for you. We are going to talk about how to create a robust enterprise-level profession-focused online education company. This is a comprehensive course from myself. I built an 8-figure online course business named the Elite Nurse Practitioner. This will teach you how to build your own online profession-focused course business so you can stop exchanging your time for dollars and build a powerful passive income stream. I know where you are at as a professional. You have to exchange your time to make money. You have to see clients. You have to see patients. It is the only way you can really generate a living. And by building an online course business, you can build a business that actually works for you. You can build a business that provides you a very powerful passive income stream so you can literally make money as you sleep. It is awesome waking up to $2,000 or $3,000 in course sales that happened overnight. We are going to cover course development, of course, but what we are going to truly cover is how to build a real online course business to sell your courses through so you can break free from the hamster wheel, the rat race of being a professional. So let's go ahead and get started. So who is this course for? This course is a comprehensive guide on how to build an enterprise-level online profession-specific course business. This is for any professional out there. Anyone can create a course. Creating a course is easy. It's not that difficult to create a course. I will cover how to create a course in this course, but what you need to be doing is building a robust course business to sell the course through, and that is what I'm going to teach you. I built an 8-figure nurse practitioner specific course business, so I know how to do this the right way. The model that I developed is a proven model that works, and that is what I'm going to teach you in this course. This course is 315 slides. It is very comprehensive. It is literally a blueprint on how to build a $1 million business. If you want to utilize your unique skills, your unique knowledge and information that you have earned over the years of being a professional, and you want to turn that information into a course product, this course is for you. Your course can be accredited for continuing education credits, continuing education hours, however you want to call it, or it can be just standalone courses that do not offer CE. It really doesn't matter. I made a lot of money selling courses that were not accredited, but when I did become accredited, obviously I made more money. So you do not have to fear being accredited to create a robust 7-figure course business. You can do it without being accredited as long as you deliver true value in your course. And we will talk about that later on in this course because developing your value proposition is one of the most important considerations that you need to truly take serious when you are building your course business. This course is for the professional who wants to stop exchanging their time for dollars. You have to go to work. You have to go to your office. You have to see clients. You have to see patients. It is the only way you can make a living. This is for the professional who wants to build a passive income stream. This is for the professional who wants to make money when they sleep, who wants to make money when they go on vacation. This is for the professional who wants to obtain true financial freedom because developing a course business can accelerate that path significantly. This is for the professional who wants to be their own boss. I don't know about you, but I was sick and tired of listening to people who were my boss in quotation marks, who thought they knew more than me. And in reality, they were total idiots. And I had to listen to them because it was my job to. So this is for you if you want to be your own boss. This is for you if you want to share your unique skills, the knowledge that you have learned, and the experience that you have gone through to other professionals in your space. And this is for the professional who wants to truly make that windfall income, who wants to sell his business for 7 to 8 figures, because online continuing education businesses specific to a profession are a hot business to sell to private equity. These things are seen as recession proof, basically, and private equity loves to buy these kinds of businesses. So if you want to build a business to eventually scale and sell later on, this course is for you. And I will talk about those considerations and talk about how to build a business that you can sell, how to develop an exit strategy so you build your course business the right way. So who am I? Who is this guy talking to you right now? My name is Justin Allen Montgomery. I went by the alias Justin Allen for the Elite Nurse Practitioner to remain anonymous because there was a lot of people that did not like what I was doing when I created the Elite Nurse Practitioner. So I wanted to remain somewhat anonymous so people wouldn't report me for what I was doing, even though what I was doing was completely legal. It was completely kosher, if that's what you want to call it. But I wanted to remain somewhat anonymous. At this point, I have an 8-figure net worth. I really don't care. So I just go by my name anymore. So yeah, if you look up the Elite Nurse Practitioner, you'll see Justin Allen. That is me. My name is Justin Allen Montgomery, and I go by that name nowadays because I really don't care about remaining anonymous anymore. I am a true rags to riches story. I am the definition of the American dream. I grew up in a single parent household. I grew up in a trailer in Tennessee. I was below the poverty line for most of my life. I remember in high school not having running water because my mom couldn't afford the water bill and I had to go to my grandparents to take a shower. I came from nothing. I wanted something different. So I went to school, educated myself, got multiple degrees, became a nurse practitioner, and eventually went down the path of entrepreneurship because that really is the true path to build wealth. It is very difficult to build wealth going to work. Sure, you can, but it takes many, many years. Becoming an entrepreneur and building your own business is the true path to freedom. I am a nurse practitioner. You could say I was a nurse practitioner because I really don't practice that much anymore. I still do practice in my men's health clinic because I actually do enjoy that kind of medicine, but I just really don't practice that much anymore. I operated and started multiple medical clinics, before I started the Elite Nurse Practitioner. That's why I knew how to do it, and that's what I taught people how to do. So, I've been an entrepreneur for almost a decade now, and I want to teach you how to be an online course entrepreneur. I've lived all over the country. I currently reside in Colorado because I'm a big fly fisherman and I just love it here. The mountains, the weather, it's fantastic. I achieved total financial freedom at the age of 38. That is correct. At the age of 38. I had an 8-figure net worth. I don't have to work anymore. I really could completely stop working if I wanted to, but the way I'm wired, I always have to have some sort of project. And that project now for me is teaching professionals, how they can achieve financial freedom by starting their own education course business. I could charge thousands for this course, guys. I really could. This is a blueprint on how to build $1 million business. And this blueprint is literally a step-by-step guide on how to do it. But money is not my objective anymore. So I am happy to sell this course at a reasonable price to cover my marketing expenses and that sort of a thing, cover my time. My goal is to help my fellow professionals break free from the everyday rat race of working, exchanging your time for dollars. And so this course is a very reasonable value for what I'm providing. I'm literally giving you a blueprint on how to build $1 million business. I could sell this course for tens of thousands of dollars if I wanted to, but I am not going to do that. It is reasonable. I want to help you break free. Why did I focus on online education? I was getting burnt out as a nurse practitioner. I worked 10 years in healthcare. I was getting tired of it. I was just getting so sick and tired of it. I couldn't imagine seeing myself working for decades and decades doing this. I was burnt out. I was tired of exchanging my time for dollars. I was tired of having to pick up extra shifts and work more to make more money. If I wanted a, bigger down payment on a car or whatever, I had to go pick up an extra 12-hour shift at the urgent care, for a measly $700 or whatever. I was sick of it. I was tired of active income. I wanted passive income so I could live my life. You only have one life to live. And do you want to live that life working all the time? I personally didn't. I was tired of working more than I was playing, basically. I wanted to go fishing. I wanted to go hiking. I wanted to enjoy my life. I was sick and tired of being taken advantage by employers that didn't care about me, that just saw me as another number in just the gears of, the healthcare system in America. I was tired of hitting the ceiling in my profession. Literally, within 2 years of graduating nurse practitioner school, I hit the ceiling. I wasn't going to make much more than I was making. I wasn't going to do much more than I was doing. I just wasn't. I was sick of hitting that ceiling, which is one reason why I started multiple medical practices. And it's one reason why I started the Elite Nurse Practitioner. It's one reason why I wanted to build a business that worked for me. I was tired of risks. I was tired of headaches. I was tired of liability. I was tired of staying up in the middle of the night worrying about things. I was just sick and tired of it. I was tired of the regulations and all the hoops I had to jump through to maintain my license. I was tired of being in debt. I was sick of just, doing what everyone was telling me what to do and what everyone else was doing, taking out loans for this and that. being in debt up to my eyeballs. I wanted to break free. I was tired of the thought of having to work until I was 60 years old in a profession that I was burned out in before the age of 40. I enjoy being a nurse practitioner. I enjoy seeing patients in my men's health clinic, but I just couldn't see myself doing it for another 20 or 30 years. So I wanted a business that required minimal input after the initial startup effort. Starting a course business does take some work, right? I'm not telling you that it is an easy thing to do. It does take some work, but I outline the steps in this course on how to do it. An online profession-focused course business accomplishes the goal of developing a passive income stream and allowing you to become financially free. So why did I focus on online education? It's pretty simple. Starting an online education course business was a ticket to alleviate everything I was tired of, basically, right? And why? Why was this the ticket out? Because an online course business does the following. It did the following for me, and it can do the following for you as long as you do it the right way, like I discuss in this blueprint, in this course. It can provide you a powerful, very, very powerful, partially passive income stream. Like I said, you make money while you sleep. You make money when you're on vacation. It is great. You can stop exchanging your time for dollars. You do not have to exchange the most precious thing that you have, your time. All right. You can make money and not have to put in a lot of work to do so. It is a simple business to start, but it does require a significant time investment at the start of it. Once it is built, though, it is easy to maintain and operate the business. It really is. You can start this business in about 80 to 120 hours. After that, it really only takes about 10 to 20 hours to keep it operational, right? That is not a lie. It is the truth. You can really keep this business operational with minimal input if you create the business the right way, like I discuss in this course. Now, I'm going to say this. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm going to emphasize that again. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is going to take some work. It is going to take some effort. It is going to take some investment on your part to build it out the right way. But once it's built out, it really can turn into a business that works for you. It allows you to be your own boss. It reduces your liability, both professionally and financially. It is pretty hard to get sued through your course business, unless you are just, being absolutely ridiculous and teaching a bunch of nonsense. It's pretty hard to get sued. It really is. It has infinite growth potential and is relatively easy to scale. This is a kind of business that allows you to grow it very easily. It is hard to grow a practice or a business as a professional. If you have an accounting practice, if you're a lawyer and, you own your own practice, if you're a medical professional, own your own practice, it can be hard to scale that business without significant work, significant investment, significant increases in your risk and liability. This kind of business is easy to grow and scale. This business can give you the opportunity to become financially free in a shorter amount of time than working as a professional. Like I said, I became financially free at the age of 38 as a nurse practitioner. If I can do it, you certainly can do it as well. I am nothing special. I, came up with some great ideas and I took action, and that's the most important part. And now I want to teach you the steps so you can take action and build the life that you want to build. So how did I come up with the Elite Nurse Practitioner as a course business? So how did I come up with the idea? It's pretty simple. I obtained valuable knowledge during my nurse practitioner career, and, I started multiple clinics, so I obtained a lot of knowledge doing that. I didn't learn what I know now from a textbook. I experienced it. This is invaluable. I walked the walk. I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. I gained a lot of experience, a lot of information, a lot of knowledge starting my medical practices. So I wanted to teach that to nurse practitioners. I knew there was a need within the nurse practitioner profession, right? I knew there was a real problem that they were having. Nurse practitioners were sick of being underpaid and not recognized within the healthcare system. So what better way to alleviate that pain point than starting their own business by starting their own practice? So what I did with the Elite Nurse Practitioner, and what I still continue to do, is I taught nurse practitioners how to start their own cash-based niche clinic so they could be their own boss, so they could earn what they were worth and stop being underpaid, and ultimately break free from the rat race of, being in the gears of the healthcare system. What I did, basically to sum it up, is I identified a problem within my profession and I offered a solution to that problem through my unique knowledge and experience. Bam. You can do that. You have a profession-focused online course business. You truly do. You have to figure out what problem there is within your profession and how you can solve that problem by educating professionals on the solutions. If you can do that, you have a course business. And I guarantee you, everyone listening to my voice right now, I guarantee you that you have some kind of unique knowledge, experience, information inside your head that you can put on paper, you can create a PowerPoint, you can create a course with that will help solve a problem in other professionals' lives. I guarantee that you do have that knowledge, and I am going to hammer that out in this course. I have an entire section that I'm going to talk about in detail on how to develop your value proposition, how to develop your idea, how to develop your mission so you can build a course that is going to be in demand. So where am I at now? Short answer, I am financially free and I'm living my life on my own terms. I do what I want, when I want, with whoever I want. It is fantastic. I am 40 years old now and I'm finally living the life that I've always wanted to live. I'm not joking. Starting my own online profession-focused course business provided me the opportunities to build substantial wealth in just 3 to 5 years, guys. I never would have been able to do this just working as a nurse practitioner. It just wouldn't have happened. I could have done it operating my own clinics, and I did build significant wealth through my medical practices that I started, but it would have taken a lot longer and it would have increased my liability significantly. It would have taken decades to do it the way society tells you to do it. You know, you've been brainwashed to think that you have to go to work for 40 hours a week, invest in your 401k, get your Social Security and your Medicare when you turn 65 years old, blah, 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 blah. This is what you've been told. And I'll tell you what, there is a different way to do it. You just have to break out of that mindset. You have to break out of that lie that society tells you. Because at the end of the day, society wants you to be a worker, be a good boy, be a good girl, and go to work and do your thing and invest in your 401k. That's what they want you to do. Well, I'll tell you what, there is a different way to do it. I'm going to teach you that way in this course if you are interested in starting your own online education company. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't practice much as a nurse practitioner, these days. I don't have to. I still see patients at my men's health clinic, and that's about it. I don't do anything else. I wake up when I want to wake up. I go to bed when I want to go to bed. I do what I want. So I focus on what brings me joy and purpose in my life. I spend more time with my family. I spend more time with my friends. I go on vacations whenever I want to. Like I'm literally going to fly out to Costa Rica here in a few days just because I can. I'm going to meet an old friend from college and we're going to go deep sea fishing for a week. It's going to be awesome. I continue to be the face of the elite nurse practitioner. I continue doing that because I enjoy teaching nurse practitioners on how to start their own practice. I really enjoy doing that. I work on side projects. This is one of the side projects that I'm working on, ProCourseStart.com, because I want to teach professionals how to start their own profession-focused online course business. Fishing. I love fishing. These pictures right here are pictures of me this winter fishing in Colorado. I went ice fishing on a random day in January. It was like a Thursday or something like that. I just picked up and went ice fishing one day on just a random Thursday. It was, it was great. And then on a random Tuesday, about a month ago or so, I went fly fishing on the Arkansas River and I was catching just monster 20-inch trout all day long. It was great. I didn't have to worry about anything. I was just out there enjoying the present moment, enjoying fishing, enjoying my life. And I put a tremendous amount of effort and focus on my health. I exercise, I work out, I eat right. I'm 40 years old and I'm in the best shape of my life. I have 6-pack abs. I'm muscular. I can hike up a mountain. I'm 100 yards ahead of my 20-year-old nephews. Like I am in amazing shape because I have the time and the energy to focus on that. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I was slaving away working 40 or 50 hours a week as a nurse practitioner in the emergency department or some urgent care. So this is where I am at now. Now, how did I get started? I identified a problem within my profession and I offered a solution to that problem, leveraging my knowledge and my skills. And like I said before, I guarantee that many of you have knowledge and skills that you can leverage as well. I guarantee you do. I guarantee that you can provide some value to the world and build a robust online profession-focused course business. I outlined how I would deliver that solution to my profession through an online course. So I created an outline on what I was going to teach, and that's what I did. I developed the infrastructure of the course business, building out the website, your LLC, social media pages, etc. And I'm going to teach you all about that in this course. I created lots and lots of free, valuable content to build an audience. Content is extremely important. I'm going to talk about that in detail detail in this course. And I talk about that a lot in our mastermind as well. I created flagship course products to build foundational income for the business. So you have to develop a foundational course product with your business so you can have that be your big selling point. And then after that, you can develop complementary products. And I'm going to talk about all of that in this course. I marketed the course business heavily. I marketed. I delivered world-class customer service. I began scaling the business. I started doing the things that I needed to do to grow and scale it so I didn't have to work in the business so much, so the business could, work for me basically, so I could just work on the business. I wanted a business that worked for me instead of me working in it. I didn't want to be self-employed. I wanted to be a true entrepreneur and have a business that worked for me, and that's what I did. And the rest is history, guys. I started it and it's doing well. I'm starting this now, and I hope that I can help you do the same. Why should you start an online professional focused education company? At this point, you should pretty much understand what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to help you become financially free. I'm helping you build a passive income stream. You can gain back your time and ultimately your life. You can find balance again in your life. You can help your fellow professionals gain unique and valuable knowledge through your experiences, right? You can give back. You can contribute back to your profession. You can gain purpose outside of the day-to-day grind of your professional job. Do you really have purpose in your life, in your job? When you go to the office and you're seeing clients, you're seeing patients, how much purpose do you derive out of that? I'm sure you do derive some, but is there more? Is there a higher purpose in your life? I guarantee you there is, and having an online course business could provide you that purpose. And again, you want to be your own boss? Do you want to do what you want to do and stop listening to some corporate thug that's telling you what to do? Well, starting an online education company can do that. You can be your own boss and do what you want. How can any professional get started? I'm going to talk about this in detail in the 315 slides of this course. It's a lot easier than you think, guys. It really is. The most critical components of developing a robust and profitable online profession-focused course business are as followed. These are the things that are critically important and what I talk about in the Pillars of Success on the ProCourseStart.com website. Check out the Pillars of Success on the website if you want 5 pillars that you need to integrate into your mind to build a profitable course business. So first, you must identify a specific problem within your profession and develop a specific solution to solve that problem by harnessing your skills, knowledge, and experience. Every professional out there who's listening to my voice right now, who's practiced their trade for any given amount of time, can teach others what they've learned through an online course. And the beautiful thing about it is that you can just record the course and it's on sale all the time. You don't have to sit there and educate people constantly, all right? You can create something that sells itself once it's developed. You must identify your target market. So with any kind of business, you have to identify who you're going to sell your product to. This is why developing a profession-focused course business is an absolute cheat code, because you're going to target your profession. I targeted nurse practitioners. For you, it's going to be your profession. Piece of cake. And it's super easy to target your profession, your professionals that are in your space. It's easy to target those people online. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. You must provide consistent and valuable free content outside of your paid courses. This is how you build an audience. This is how you build fans. I'm going to talk about that in depth in this course. And you must deliver world-class customer service. You want your customers to feel special and to feel like they're being taken care of. You are not just creating a course. Anybody can create a course. It is easy to create a course. And a lot of people create courses and try to sell them on their social media pages, etc., and they do it wrong. They're focused on the wrong things. You need to focus on creating an enterprise-level online education company. And this is what the ProCourseStart Blueprint is going to teach you based off of my years of developing an 8-figure professional-focused course business. I've done it, and I'm going to teach you how to do it utilizing a proven model. Anyone can create a course, but few can create an actual education company, and that's what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to create the course. Obviously, it's a lot easier than you think. And then I'm going to teach you how to actually build the company to sell it through and to build a business that works for you. So what does the ProCourseStart Blueprint provide? What does this course provide you? I'm going to teach you how to build a robust enterprise-level, profession-focused online course, online education business. If you don't want to build a 7 to 8 figure business, that's fine. You don't have to build something that's going to produce millions of dollars. This course is applicable to you if you just want to build a small passive income stream that generates $10,000 or $20,000 a month. That's easy to do. Very, very easy. If you take this course and your goal is just to generate another $10,000 or $20,000 a month, you can do it very easily. I'm going to teach you how to build $1 million course business, but you can use this information to build something a lot less if you just want some extra money. This course is the definitive guide for the professional who wants to start their own profession-focused course business. This is the definitive guide for it because there's nothing like this on the market. There's a lot of companies out there that teach you how to start a course business. But what I'm going to teach you is how to start a profession-focused course business utilizing a proven model. This course is a lot different than anything else out there. This is a one-of-a-kind thing. I don't know anyone else that's doing this. So I'm going to cover in detail a variety of topics. We're going to talk about developing your course business idea, your value proposition, and your mission statement. This is the most important part of building a course business. I'm going to talk about this in detail because it is so important. You have to come up with a good idea and you have to develop a value proposition. Think about that word, value proposition. What does that mean? What are you going to propose to the world? What value are you proposing to your profession that's going to change their life? We're going to talk about that in detail. I'm going to go over the business infrastructure, how to actually create the business itself, the initial infrastructure of it. Very, very important. How to build the course and marketing infrastructure of an online course business. Where are you going to host the courses? How are you going to market, etc.? I'm going to identify what kind of course products and content you should develop, what kinds of content you should be developing, and how frequent you should be publishing it, because your content delivery is extremely important if you want to build a robust course business. I'm going to teach you how to build an audience and how to market your business effectively and cheaply. I'm going to teach you how to build that audience by marketing your content and building a robust audience so you can sell your courses, so you can create fans. I'm going to teach you how to be operationally efficient. A lot of people focus on the wrong things, and I'm going to teach you how to be efficient, on how to focus on income generating activities and how to leverage the work of others so your course works for you. I'm going to teach you how to scale your business so it can generate 5 figures or more a month. You can easily make $20,000 or $30,000 a month. You can make $100,000 a month. You can make $300,000 a month with an online course business. You truly can if you develop a real value proposition and you build the business the right way, like I'm going to talk about in this course. And again, I want to emphasize this point. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not trying to sell you some snake oil here that's going to make you rich. That's not what I'm doing, all right? This is going to take some work. It is going to take an investment of some of your time and your money to get this started, but it is realistic. It is doable. If you can set aside 10 hours a week to build this business, you could have it up and running within 2 months. I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to create this business the right way so you can eventually sell it in the future for that big 7 to 8 figure payout. A lot of people start their business and they never have an exit strategy. They never start their business, with the mindset of eventually selling it. You have to do certain things in your business to sell it. And I'm going to teach you those things. So if you want to eventually sell this business to make that big payout of $5 to $10 million, I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to do it the right way in this course. I'm going to teach you about the pros and cons of offering continuing education credits, continuing education hours, or choosing not to offer them. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't have to provide CE. All right. You don't have to provide official continuing education credits or hours. You don't have to be accredited. You can build an online course business that can produce a significant and healthy income, but it's going to come down to what the information you are teaching is, how valuable that is. So you do not have to go through the process of being accredited if you do not want to. I'm going to cover that. I'm going to cover the process of becoming accredited. I'm not going to cover, profession specific accreditation. I just simply cannot do that. I mean, there's so many professionals who can take this course, but I'm going to talk to you about the process of it and considerations on how to do it. I'm going to talk about much more. This course is over 315 slides. It is hours and hours and hours long. I'm going to talk your ears off going over the steps on how to build this business. This is a comprehensive course, and I'm going to lay it out as simply and as easy as possible for you. I'm going to teach you the steps on how to start and scale a robust online education business that targets professionals while giving you the tips and tricks and hundreds of pearls that I've learned along the way. You cannot learn this from a textbook. You are not going to learn this in another course. I guarantee it. There's no other course on the market today that's going to guide you on how to build a profession-specific online course business like I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you a proven model that works. The information in this course is truly unique based off of my unique experience. Like I said, I could sell this for a lot more money than I'm selling it for, but my goal is not to make a lot of money through this business. My goal is to help you become financially free because I truly enjoy helping people build businesses. So I hope you find a lot of value out of this course because I put my heart and soul into this, and I truly believe you're going to walk away after taking this course empowered on how to start your course business the right way. I guarantee you're going to like this. This is why I offer a lifetime money back guarantee, because you're going to walk away from this course with the steps on how to do this the right way. So let's dive into building a profitable, scalable, profession-focused online course business the right way so you can stop exchanging your time for dollars. I'm going to teach you how to do this the right way. I'm going to teach you how to do this the simplest and easiest way that you possibly can so you can build a passive income stream so you can stop working your tail off and exchanging your time for dollars. Let's get going.